Well, hey gang, how are you doing? Jonathan here for Tailhunter Sportfishing, and it's time once again for the Mexican Minute La Paz video fishing report, coming to you from La Paz, Baja, Mexico, and covering all of the fishing action for our Tailhunter Sportfishing fleet for the dates of the 25th of June until, yes indeed, it's July 1st already, 2022. Wherever you are, hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for checking in and spending time with us, and please do us a favor, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, let's talk about what went on with fishing this past week, and I'm not really sure where to start. Is it summer? Is it spring? I have no idea. Listen, it's up and down. It is sideways. There's just no predicting what the fishing will be like right now. We are definitely in an El Nino situation as far as the atmosphere is concerned. Everything definitely cooler. Waters are cooler than normal. Air temperature has been cold for a long time. It's still a little cooler than normal, although in the last week and a half, almost 2 weeks, I'm going to say it's actually gotten hot, where we've got temperatures in the low 90s and the high 90s and the low hundreds. It's definitely warm, so you folks are coming down from Canada and clients and friends from Nebraska and Washington and Oregon, you're definitely going to feel like it's very, very hot. And definitely it has gotten much warmer, and the waters have gotten warmer as well, but still not warm enough to bring in the summertime or the warm water species that are usually here at this time. I'm talking about the billfish like the marlin, the sailfish, the dorado, the tuna, the wahoo. Still really not here yet. We've got a couple teasers. We have had some more dorado show up. In fact, there are some schools of dorado just to the north of the city that we're seeing, but they're just not quite ready to chew yet. Not quite ready to eat. Throw baits at them, throw lures at them, drag lures by them. They're just not quite ready to go. But you know, the way fishing is down here, that could happen at any minute. It could happen any day. It could happen today while I'm doing this report for you. So they are there. They're just not quite ready to go. In the meantime, well, things were starting to pick up a little bit. And then, Mother Nature just will not give us a break this year. Earlier this week, we had Celia, which was it started out as a hurricane, became a tropical storm. Now, it did not come up to La Paz. It was about 500 miles south of us, dropped some rain, and did a little bit of damage south of us down the Mexican coast. But what it did is it pushed up a lot of wind our way. In fact, we had to shut down our Las Arenas fishing for 2 days because it was just too rough. Take a look at this, a little bit of video that was taken from the beach. Turn up your sound, and you can see how strong the winds were and how big the waves were out there. Okay, that was quite a little bit of a blow. Like I said, we had to shut down our fishing there. Fortunately, we have both of our fleets. We have our Las Arenas fleet, which could not go out, but we have our La Paz fleet, so we were able to push and bring everybody over to fish on the La Paz side, where the fishing, I got to be honest with you, has been overall better. Now, I'm going to caveat that and put a little bit of an advisory on there. At Las Arenas, we've had more variety. There's been a lot of different species to catch over there, maybe a dozen different species, because the waters just aren't warm enough yet. For our La Paz fleet, not as many species of fish, but we're seeing some dorado, getting a couple billfish, and thankfully, we've still got these big yellowtail hanging out. I mean, some big hog yellowtail, maybe some of the largest we've seen of the season. 20-pounders, not unusual. 25, 30. We've even gotten some fish that I would estimate are into the 40, 45-pound class. A couple of my captains have told me that clients had on some 50-pound yellowtail. That's a big, big forky that have been lost close to the boat, at the gaff, or simply because they're just big fish, and they got to be big fish because they're tough to catch. So we've still got the yellowtail, but here it is, almost July, and these are the kind of fish, the cold water fish, that should have been gone in April. We're still catching them in July, which gives you some indication of how cold the water is and how cool the temperatures have been. Frankly, I'm not having to wear a jacket in the morning when I put out the boats. It is getting warmer, but the waters are still on the cool side. So it took a couple of days for the waters to calm down over at Las Arenas. Still green, still turned over because of those winds that came up from Tropical Storm Celia, I should say. And so even today, it's been about 4 or 5 days since that storm. Waters are still not quite where they should be. That storm and those winds pushed some cold waters back up into the area. So we're catching catching mostly pargo, cabiria, lots of bonita, lots of pompano, jack crevalle, still getting some Sierra, amberjack, trevally, and thankfully the big fish on that side still getting some really nice horse-sized roosterfish, as small as 10 or 20 pounds, but as big as 60, 70, 80 pound fish still there. Here we are in July, and we're still catching cold water fish, and we're still getting the big roosterfish. No sign of tuna over on the La Serena side, no sign of any wahoo, no sign of really any billfish out there, although we did get our first sailfish this week. And then for our La Paz fleet, the waters seem to be a little bit warmer because they were a little more protected from that storm, and so we are seeing some Dorado out there that aren't ready to go, but mostly some really big horse-sized yellowtail are coming in, mixing with some amberjack, some cabiria, some pargo, and fish that are closer inshore. But mostly it's been targeting those big yellowtails. So anyway, that's going to be a quick wrap-up on what's going on down here. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for checking in. Really appreciate you spending time with us. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, a like, or subscribe. We'll catch you next week. God bless. Take care of each other. I'm Jonathan for the Mexican Minute.